guys, my name's Shiels down here at Trafford Golf Centre in Manchester, and I'm going to do a review of the golf clubs that our new US Open champion Martin Kaymer was using this weekend at Pinehurst when he's absolutely demolished the field and won by 8 shots. 9 under he was. Unbelievable achievement, fantastic. So what I managed to do today is get hold of the clubs that were similar to the ones that he was using. Not quite spoke to Martin yet and got the clubs that he was using, but I've got the ones that were similar to the ones he was using to talk you through a bit about the spec that he was using it in, also about the advantage of the golf clubs that he was using and why it helped him, win the US Open, win his second major. I've even got his shoes, I've got his driver, his woods, his irons. I've got a putter that's similar, even though it's the wrong way around. I've not managed to get hold of the wedges because they're older model, and I'll explain that as we go through the video. So we're going to start off with the driver first, the driver that Martin Kaymer was using. Okay, so Martin Kaymer's quite a big tailor-made guy. He is pretty much everything's tailor-made apart from one of the clubs in his bag, and that's his putter. He uses the tailor-made SLDR driver in the 460 head, in the Tour Graphite Design extra stiff shaft. Now this is really interesting, he hasn't lofted up. He is at 8.5 degrees of angle. Now whether he used to use 7 degrees, I'm not sure, 7.5, but he uses 8.5 degrees of loft. So he set it, I think he's got it actually in 8.5 and he keeps it at standard. He's got it in a slightly draw biased with the slider to help his little kind of tendency of left to right fade. And interesting, I'm going to hit this and get it on GC2 and just show you kind of how far and what numbers I get. I think I'm going to launch this too low to get my maximum distance, but he must launch it high enough to be able to work it around the golf course. I mean, these guys are constantly tinkering and improving their equipment to help hit the furthest. So I know that the 8.5 suits him the best. I know that. It's a great club, this. I'm currently using one which is in the 430 head, slightly smaller head. I'm in 12 degrees though, so I know it's a very low spinning head. If I just hit a couple of shots with it, and it's just lovely to hit. It's spun so low, it's spun 1600 spin, backspin. 1600 is hardly anything, but for me it's only launched 12.8. For me to maximise the distance of that, I'd been nearer to launching at 15, 16, but it's, like I say, it's Martin Kaymer's, spec, 8.5 he's got it in, which is what I'm hitting in at the moment. Now let's talk about the advantages of that. Obviously that's going to come out low and low spinning. So once it lands, that's going some, that's going to travel some distance. So on the quite firm ground at Pinehurst, that's probably suited him. He didn't miss many fairways. He's hit a lot of fairways this weekend. And I mean, that's 267 again. He's putting it in play all the time, and that's the driver, that's all carry distance. So the run out of that on a golf course could potentially be quite long. So that was the driver. That's the TaylorMade SLDR driver in 460, 8.5 degrees of loft in the extra stiff Tour Design graphite shaft. If we move on to the 3-wood next. So the 3-wood that Martin Kaymers is using is the TaylorMade SLDR TS, the Tour Spoon. It's in 14 degrees and it's the same shaft spec as his driver, so the Tour Design extra stiff shaft. Lovely looking head, the SLDR 3-woods, really nice. Fantastic for hitting off the floor and off a little tee. I know he used it quite a few times playing this weekend. Certainly for the length of the golf course, it needed it. And it's also a golf club that would put you into play more often than not with its kind of design as well. So let's give this a hit. I've put this in 14 degrees. Yeah, it's so easy to hit, super easy. It's 238 yards with the SLDR 3-wood. Now I know for a fact that this club is a long travelling golf club. This does go a long distance. So it's carried fairly long and the total distance of that would be quite big as well. Yeah, super easy to hit. And it just seems to get out there. 224, didn't hit it quite as sweet, but it's a golf club again that's going to be suited to hitting off a small tee and off the floor. So that was the TaylorMade SLDR Fairway Wood. He uses the TS, which is the Tour Spoon version, and in 14 degrees. Same shaft as his driver, the Tour Design extra stiff shaft. So if we move on to the irons now that Martin's been using, he's been using the TaylorMade Tour Preferred MC irons. So the muscle cavity, a little bit of cavity at the back. And in the longer irons, they've got this speed pocket. So certainly on long courses like Pinehurst, he probably needed that bit of power to get that ball the distance. I mean, this guy, you know, Martin plays on tours all over the world, and the golf courses that they play are massive. Now, Martin's not normally renowned for being a super long hitter of the golf ball. So any bit of help, I'm sure, in the head he will take on board. He's got a 2-iron, and he has 3 to pitching wedge in the MC irons. So he's got a 2-iron, I think, a little bit stronger than standard, but then the rest of the set, because he's, you know, there's quite a big gap between his tour spoon, his 3 wood, or his 14 degree, his 3-iron. So he has a 2-iron that sits in between. Very similar to the makeup that I have. I have a 14 degree 3 wood, or my mini driver now, and a 2-iron that sits in between that and my 4-iron, because I have a few more wedges. So let's give these a hit. This is the 6-iron first, which has got the big speed pocket at the back. Now, I've done a review on these irons before and loved them. I thought they were fantastic. He's got them again in X100 steel shafts, so much stiffer than what I would use. And probably most of you watching that will be quite stiff for you guys as well, because it's like a poker stick. It's like you know, it's a real hard stick at X100. So again, he obviously uses that and benefits from it. So if we hit a few 6-irons with this first. Now, when I've hit this one before, it's carried about 180-ish. So it's a long hitting golf shot. Now it produces quite a nice ball flight. It kind of comes out low and then starts to rise up nice and high. 186 carry distance. And the advantage of that is going to stop quickly on firm greens. Again, exactly the spec for Pinehurst. That's going to stop nice and quickly because it's kind of coming out low and then rising and dropping quickly. That's going to be perfect for what obviously was perfect for our new US Open champion. Beautiful. They are really nice. 180 yards, so pretty much what we said. And that's a powerful hitting iron there. If we move down to the shorter irons now, the 9-iron, this hasn't got the speed pocket in because you don't want to be hitting it too far. You know, it's a nice design, lovely looking head. Still got a bit of cavity at the back to help with generosity, really, help with a bit of forgiveness. So let's give this a bit of a hit. Yeah, beautiful flight, so high up in the air. And again, that's just great for firm, hard greens. You want that ball coming down and stopping dead. And you really do. So let's hit one more. 140 yards of carry distance there, which I would say was pretty much about right. And it was 0.2 yards offline. We'll call that straight. So let's go one more. Yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely. So I can understand why these clubs have helped. Well, he's an incredible player, but why these golf clubs have helped him, because they're all spec'd to be stopping quickly on the green, certainly the irons, and getting some stop on there. Now his wedges, this is interesting. I've not got hold of his wedges because they are old stock. It's the TaylorMade XTF wedges. It's the ones with the replaceable faces. So he's obviously found a golf club, a wedge that he suits and he loves. And what he's been probably doing over the either a year or 2 years they've probably been out is just keep changing the face. He must like the feel, he must like the forgiveness of it. And if you just keep changing the face, that's going to be perfect. Interestingly, he's got a 54-degree wedge bent to 51. Go figure. I don't quite know why. Obviously, he must prefer that setup. And he's got a 58-degree wedge as well. So there is wedges, but unfortunately I can't show them you because I've just not got hold of any at the moment. When me and Martin talk, I'm sure he'll be able to send me some. I'm joking, but hopefully then, I have hit those wedges in the past and I think they're great. TaylorMade wedges generally create a lot of spin. So with the replacement of the face, he just keeps replacing it. It feels like a brand new club, but yeah, it's his club and that's probably helping him produce his best short game that he's ever produced. Now, I'm going to talk about his putter. But I'm probably not going to hit any with this putter because unfortunately I can only get hold of a left-handed one. But this is the Ping Answer. This is the Karsten, the since 1959 putter. So it's the dead simple design, lovely looking head. It's got a bit of weight in toe and heel to stop on twisting. He's got it at 35.5 inches, which is pretty long for a putter really. You know, a lot of players have been shortening the putter. He's got it in quite a long, an upright setup with his putter, and obviously works an absolute treat for him. But that's the Ping. Unfortunately, like I say, I've only got a left-handed putter, but it's the Ping Answer Karsten. Lovely design, dead simple, kind of Ping's flagship putter, really. And obviously, he doesn't go with too many wacky designs. He's very straight-laced, and you know, likes his neat equipment, which is obviously highlighting the equipment we've tried today. So the last addition to Martin Kaymers gear is his new shoes. These are the Adidas Adicross with the amazing array of spikes across the bottom here. This is the new Grip More technology on the bottom. These are, I don't know if you'd call these spikeless. They would appear like a leisure shoe. But they've got this in this middle section, this red section. I'll try and get a close-up of that. All these little tiny groove cleats, really, little kind of grippers. I can't remember the start on this, but it's got something like hundreds of actual contact points to the floor. Great design. Obviously, a club that's a shoe that's now combined comfort and performance in a luxury and a cool shoe. I like this. I'm going to do a review of these as well, and I think I'm going to get myself a set as well. So guys, that was my review on what's in the bag of Martin Kaymer, our new US Open champion. Incredible performance, I'm sure you would agree, because I mean, it's 8 shots clear. You know, after the first round, he was 10 under. Scary golf that he played on a ridiculously hard golf course. And obviously, the equipment that he's got specced up there has helped him perform to the best of his ability. Guys, it just shows that custom fitting is key. Not everyone needs to loft up because it might not suit everyone like it's not suited Martin. So not everyone needs to loft the golf club up. You need to go and get fitted. You need to get golf clubs that suit your game and suit the surroundings that you play, that suit the golf course that you play. Guys, thanks so much for watching. This is the first time I've done a What's in the Bag video with a tour, about a Tour Pro. So if you've enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up, because I'll do more of them. And also comment down below, let me know what you think about Martin's performance this weekend. It was just amazing. Please do subscribe to the channel by clicking down here, and also check out my Facebook and Twitter links here, where I'm going to be giving some giveaways very soon, so you've got to check that out. Thanks for watching. I've been Rick Shiels down here at Trafford Golf Centre in Manchester, reviewing and kind of giving you a bit of an insight to Martin Kaymers Golf Clubs, what he won to use to win the US Open this weekend. Thanks for watching.